hope you guys are having a wonderful day so far, and we'll get started with a new word concept today. Last week we learned the blend ER says Today we are going to learn a new blend. This is AR, and it says R, like car. Almost sounds like a pirate. You could walk around saying R today. So we are going to talk about this word blend, AR, which says R. I'm going to change my R a little bit. I feel like it kind of looks like a V. Let's see if I can get a little more rounded there. Is that better? Okay. So we have AR, which says R. We're going to see if we can play the change the word game and see if we can come up with all different words that have R in it. So let's get started. The first one that I want us to look at, we're going to put a B at the beginning and then an N at the end. Let's see, what would this word say? B, R, N. Barn. 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 Very good. Do you guys have a barn at your house? I do not, but sometimes my house feels like a barn because I have a dog and he is messy. Barn. Barn. Good job. Let's see if we can now change that N at the end to a K. What's this word say? B-R-K. Bark. Bark. Speaking of dogs, what do? They bark. Very good. All right, now let's change that B over to a D. Okay, now what does it say? D-R-K. Dark. Very good. Dark. Do you like it when it's dark outside? I do, because I like to see the stars shining. I think that it's a pretty fun thing to do. Unless you live where there's a bunch of lights, then you don't get to see very many stars. And it's not very dark. All right, let's go to the next one. We'll put an M at the front now. What's that say? Mark. Very good. Mark. All right. What if we put a P? Park. You could put your car in park, or you could go to a park. Park. Very good. Or maybe your mom or dad says, park it right there, Mr. or Mrs. All right. Let's see. Oh, I erased that P, and guess what? I didn't need to. We're going to put that P back, and we're going to just put an S in front of it. What does that say? Sp. Ark. Sp. Ark. Spark. Spark. Very good. There was a spark after the fireworks. And let's see, let's change that P to an H. And what's that say? Ark. Shark. Shark. Very good. You know, one of my biggest fears are sharks. They are not fun for me. Some people think they're really cool, and I can admire them from afar. But are you going to catch me in the ocean with these things? No. Would you ever go swimming with sharks? Are you brave? I'm not brave when it comes to sharks. Okay. Now, I want to try one more word. It's a big one. Just like we kind of tried to break down some big words the other day, this is a pretty big word that has R in it. Okay. What's this one say? G, R, D, N, garden. Garden. Very good. Do you have a garden at your house? I would love to start a garden soon. I had one last year, and I got 2 peppers from it. That was it. I planted tomatoes, all sorts of things, and nothing grew. So if you have a garden at your house and you grow lots of things, please send me a video or call me or something and tell me what I can do to help my garden grow. Garden. R, right there. Good job. All right, now we have, drum roll please, we have not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 leap words today. Are you ready for this? 4 leap words, but they're pretty short, so we can do it. Ta-da! We have the first word. Now, we just learned AR, and it says R, but guess what? This one doesn't. This one says OR, which is why it's a leap word, because we cannot sound it out. So, we have W or M, warm. It would sound weird if we called it warm. Are you warm today? No. Warm. It's warm outside. Warm. Very good. Now, this one right here. This is an abbreviation, which means it is a longer word that we make shorter so that we don't have to write the whole thing because it would take a long time. Just makes life a little easier. And this abbreviation is Mr. MR is Mr. And then, oh, I wrote Mr. twice. Let me fix that. The next one is MR and then an S at the end. And that is Mrs. Everybody says it a little differently. Sometimes people say Mrs. or Mrs. You know, whatever you are comfortable saying. But we have Mr. and Mrs. So this would be like Mr. Mock is my dad. I don't call him Mr. Mock, but you could if you'd like to. He might say that you're making him sound old, but it would be nice to show him some respect, right? And then Mrs. would be Mrs. Mock is my mom. She probably wouldn't want you to call her that either, but it would be respectful. So we often use Mr. and Mrs. maybe with teachers, like you call me Mrs. Stevenson, or you could use it when you're talking about people in authority over you, or even your friends' parents, just to show them respect and show them that you respect them and that you put them in authority, you honor them. So it's a nice thing to do, Mr. and Mrs. Then our last word is to. Now, to has 2 O's this time. The word to has 2 O's, but it's not the 2, like the number 2, and it's not to, like I'm going to the store. This to has not 1, but 2 O's. This is a lot of 2's all at once. Not 1, but 2 O's. Because it's too big or too much. It's showing that there's a lot of something. Just like it has a lot of O's in it. So not the number 2, not going to somewhere, but a lot of something. I had too much candy, or I slept too much last night. I don't know if that would ever happen, but you know, we can dream, right? So, to, there's a lot of O's in it, and it means a lot of things. So, a lot of something. Too big, too large, too funny, too slow, too. Very good. Now, I'm going to point to the sight word, and I want you to see if you can read it out without my help. Let's see. Mr. To. Warm. Mrs. Mr. Misers, Mr., Misers, Mr., Misers, do, warm. Good job. Hopefully that wasn't too confusing. Too much. Too confusing. All right. Good job, everybody. I hope you guys had a great time. Tomorrow and Wednesday, you guys are going to be reading a book or a story in your book called Mrs. Marvel's Garden. And you know, I probably need to read that story again. Maybe it can help me with my garden issue. So I hope you guys have a great time reading that story, and I will see you guys again on Thursday. Goodbye.